and you're listening to a little better TV radio. Stay tuned.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors and we offer quality for every budget.
TV radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Alright guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew Esogana. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. This morning, like I promised yesterday, we're going to go to Germany and start the show from Germany. It's been... Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, my brother. How are you? Yeah, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. All right, so I think the cables are not working, so I'm going to do holding of the phone today. Well, I mean, to everybody, we've been having this conversation around FC Bayern. You know, you guys, you know my partnership with Bayern. I love Bayern, and I've got a great relationship with FC Bayern. But somehow we're crying right now, not just because Bayern, after 11 years of winning the German Bundesliga, have lost it. I mean, that is expected at some point, but I mean, it's okay if a club like FC Taraba cannot get a coach. It's okay if a club like Katsina United cannot get a coach. But one of the greatest club, I'm not going to say great, one of the greatest club in world football is unable to get a coach, and everybody seems to be turning them down, so much so that a coach accepted West Ham. Are you kidding me? A coach accepted West Ham instead of FC Bayern. I would give up my kidney to just sit on the bench of FC Bayern one day and get fired the next day. Let it be on my CV. But somebody said, no, I'm going to West Ham. West what? And then somebody else said, no, I would rather stay with Brighton. Brighton? What? Brighton? You never manage Champions League in your entire career. But I want to know why. You know, because a life is about cause and effect. Things don't just go bad, there must be a reason. So let's look at the roll call. Let's look at the list of people that have turned Bayern down. Xabi Alonso, even though he won the title with Bayern Leverkusen, but you know that Bayern Munich is a better Bayern than Bayer. And then another manager that turned in Roberto De Zerbi. And then you got Julian Lopetegui, who is very old, who should have gone to Bayern, coach in the league, coach in the Champions League, and enjoy some fun. And then you've also got a few others that will be explained in the course of this conversation. So I went to my man. First off, Mario Liu is the CEO of Resort Sports. Resort Sports is at the very, 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 very forefront of using cutting-edge technology to slice up data, statistics, and also promote the game of football in the best way possible, and engaging in community engagement with clubs and fans and all that, and also boosting the images of players. If you are one of those who were amazed with how Mesut Ozil's statistics and data came up on his website and how he was the most talked about player on the digital space some time ago, it was because of Resort Sports and many other players that they've worked with. So I find it very, very honorable to have his presence on my show, his voice on my show. I'm talking about Mario Leo. Mario Leo, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet.
A very, very good morning. It's a very long introduction, far too much. honey around my lips, and thank you so much for having me. It's a proud privilege for me to be on the show this morning.
All right, let's hit the ground running straight up. The cable have refused to allow us, so I'm holding the phone in my hand like somebody who's lost in the desert. Let me say this. How did we get to a point where coaches can look at the match, the Bayern job, and call it a poison chalice?
Well, we've got to look back a little bit in the history, because obviously this is like a book now with 5 chapters, and it's an ongoing book, and the chapters appear faster and disappear even faster, because obviously Bayern is known for the last 11 years consecutive champion, to also weaken their opponents. In the early 2010s, all the time, Bayern has brought the strongest players to their squads to weaken the opponent and to manifest their position. And obviously, it's the same with coaches. So obviously, they've lured Ottmar Hitzfeld away. They got Jupp Heynckes, many coaches from other teams, even Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, etc. So whenever Bayern called, they were ready to sort of pack their bags and come to Bayern. But this year it's different, because first of all, Bayern put first all eggs in one basket and saying Xabi Alonso is our internal choice. We want him because he represented Bayern, he knows Bayern, he speaks German, he's got a great kind of tactic style, a great leadership. We want him. And around Easter was the choice where Xabi Alonso had time, because there was the international break, and Xabi Alonso returned from the international break stating in the press conference, saying, I'm not going to Bayern. I'm going to stay. I'm a man of my commitment. I'm a man of my honor, a man of my word. I can't take the opportunity, and I informed the players that I stay with Bayern. And obviously that's a huge blow in the Bayern camp, but also showed the guts Alonso had to many other coaches. So actually all the other coaches now subsequently either went out early to saying, I'm not part of the consideration, like the Serbi, because I feel very happy with the city, with my team. I love my team. I don't want to discuss any other opportunity, even though Bayern never ever kind of mentioned him as a potential choice. But obviously media put him out in the scope, and media kind of put him into the frame. But the Serbi said, no, I'm happy. So he ruled himself out. They're saying with Pep Guardiola day before yesterday, where his management was kind of approached, or not approached, not clear, but his management felt to go out and saying, he's got another year contract. He's a man of honor. He loves his contracts. He always remains with his contracts, and that's why he stays with Man City. So obviously that's a follow-on effect from Xabi Alonso's initial decision, which is obviously very hurtful for Bayern.
Now, there are 2 names that kind of like get me paranoid a bit. One was Julian Lopetegui. Now, Julian Lopetegui is a man of repute in his own honor, but that he will choose West Ham, who just announced that they are parting ways with David Moyes at the end of the season, over Bayern, is something that I do not understand. That's one part. That's on the one hand. On the flip side, a German, in your words, is a perfect gentleman. Ralf Rangnick, I hope I'm pronouncing that name properly in front of a German. Also, the coach of Austria was offered a salary that was 10 times what he currently earns at Austria, but still he turned it down. And when we had a conversation yesterday, you said that the 7 members of the board, 6 voted in favor, but 1 voted against. And just because of that one, Ralf Rangnick turned that. Can you run us through, myself and my global listeners, what really went on there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'll take Jose Lopetegui first, because it's a quicker roundup. I think Bayern came in too late, to be honest. The conversation with West Ham were already ongoing. And also, Jose Lopetegui has not an outstanding reputation here in Germany. He's a known coach, but obviously from a Bayern board of director, it's about the glorification. Yeah, will he be accepted by 80, 100, 200 million social media followers? Will he have the charisma to lead FC Bayern? Will he understand the German Bundesliga? And obviously there were more doubts than believers. That's why, again, the name was in the choice, but never highly considered. And obviously, like I said, Bayern came in too late while the conversations were already ongoing. And obviously, again, you're in a category of coaches where the values, the attitude, the respect of contracts are significant.
Sure.
And there's a different ball game with Ralf Rangnick, because Ralf Rangnick, as the German who really appreciates Bayern, who really sees Bayern as sort of the dot on the ice, the dot on the eye, the tip on the iceberg, sort of the ultimate destination for a coach, leading FC Bayern. And Ralf Rangnick was very intrigued, was very motivated, was very open for this role, and obviously I do work with stakeholders inside the decision-making process, so I have a bit closer relationship and a closer insight to it. But obviously, Ralf Rangnick is also, wherever he went to Schalke with an undisputed, complete following. He was the leader, he was the alpha animal, and everybody followed his principle, everybody followed his words, everybody followed his direction. When he came to RB Leipzig, Ralf Rangnick was the alpha animal, leading the way without being doubted, without being disputed, without being challenged. Now, obviously, Ralf Rangnick at FC Bayern knows there is a different kind of choice, and he still wants to be that ultimate, undisputed leader in it. But he knows that the team he might inspire, the sporting department, they will follow him without a doubt, because they selected him to be the next coach of FC Bayern. But the back room, the boardroom, the backdoor politics, the relationships, there was always a doubt in Ralf Rangnick's mind. And then obviously we had the media, with interviews coming up, with interviews unfolding. And Uli Hoeneß, who is just a representative president of FC Bayern, because of his undoubtful and unbelievable success stories of bringing Bayern to this global leadership program, he went out public in an interview with the biggest German newspaper, saying that Ralf Rangnick is the third choice. Obviously, that's not very impressive for a coach who is an alpha animal saying to be the third choice. And obviously, so the interview came at the wrong time in German media. And then Ralf Rangnick said, it's like, is everybody in the boardroom of currently following this idea of me being the next FC Bayern coach? And then the Bayern boardroom said, yes, we had a vote, and it was 6-1. And he said, but 6-1 means there is opposition. I won 7-0. I'm not feeling comfortable. So he had 24 hours retreat. He calmed down. Contract-wise, the financial package was already kind of, in principle, agreed on. But this overnight sleep sort of came up with saying, I follow my principles. I need an undisputed vote, and then he informed the FC Bayern management and boardroom saying, I'm not coming because I don't feel everybody is following, everybody's in full appreciation of me being the coach. And that came to a big surprise, because obviously we have transfer journalism here in Germany, we have media, everybody was saying, Rangnick will be the choice, and obviously that's why you can see the Austrian Football Federation and all the sponsors of Austrian football on all the social media channels hail Yeah, and adore Ralf Rangnick because he's not following the easy road and the money road to FC Bayern. He stays in the development role of Austrian football. A very, very courageous and a very, very great decision, to be honest, as an individual.
Well, thank you very much, Mario. I know that you're driving from one city to the other, and I have to get you parked on the roadside. I hope you're not going to be given a ticket. But before I let you go, Nigeria have announced your friend, someone that you know very well, Finidi George, as the next manager of the Super Eagles. I call him my big brother because that's what he is. And he's in the process of picking his backroom staff. I don't know. I mean, you are a German, but you're partly a Nigerian by the way of Rivers State. They made you an honorary citizen of indigene of Rivers State. Have you, by any chance, given your thought on Finidi George becoming the manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria as we march towards the World Cup?
I think, to be honest, I think it's a good choice. I had one alternative, also with a very experienced coach and a Nigerian, Emmanuel Amonike, is my alternative. But Finidi George, obviously coaching Enyimba and bringing glory, domestic glory to Enyimba is great because of international career. He experienced the world football stage. So all the players of the Super Eagles will look up to him, will respect him, and that's very important when you come into the head coach role of the Super Eagles. So that's a good foundation. What Finidi George now needs to prove that not only foreign-based Nigerian superstars are chosen, that you also get NPFL talent, a pathway to the Super Eagles, because that will uplift the role of the NPFL, because if no player in the NPFL has a choice to be ever selected for the Super Eagles, everybody wants to go abroad, to play in Egypt, to play in Morocco, to play in Saudi Arabia, to play in Europe, and not play in the NPFL. But we need a strong NPFL and a very competitive NPFL to also pass through players who be selected for the Super Eagles. So I wish Finidi George to be able to do that, and I'm 100% certain and committed that the Super Eagles in Nigeria will play a fantastic role in international competitions because we've got outstanding talent. Finidi George will be able to bring a brilliant team together because individual talent is always great, but you need a team to win championships. So forming a team, bonding the players, putting their own charisma and the egoism behind and leave that in the dressing room, and on the pitch show the spirit, the heart, the sweat, the excitement and the patriotism of Nigeria, of the Super Eagles out on the field. That's why I wish Finidi George the best of luck.
Yeah, well, we tried to let you go. It would be very, very unfair to have a German on the show and not talk about the Euros. You guys are hosting the Euro immediately in the season end. I was trying to come over to Europe to maybe see a few games. I don't know. I've not decided. I still got Paris in front of me for the Olympics. But let me ask this. The last time Germany won the Euros, if I'm not mistaken, was in 1996. When you guys won with Olivier Delph leading the line, heading goals, massive goals were going out of fashion. And then you won the World Cup in 2014. Leading to the 2014 World Cup, you had put a team together from Jürgen Klinsmann to Joachim Löw. And then after that, I mean, the team disintegrated. We saw how Ozil was kicked out of the team, Sami Khedira and a lot. Now you guys are setting up a new team. Kai Havertz is in the form of his life. A few other players are also picking form at the right time. Do you have a German team that can really give the rest of Europe a run for their money, or England is coming to take it home the way Italy took it from England?
Well, I mean, there are a few more contestants on that EDAFA, to be honest. I mean, you have to think about Spain. You have to think about France, who is always bringing up and fielding fantastic players. And there will be obviously some surprises, because will it be the last chance of the Belgium golden generation, with Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, and so on. So it's going to be a very, very exciting European Championship. And Germany obviously has regained hope to lead and host a fantastic World Cup. From an administrative side, from a fan side, you can expect one of the best championships because Germans are known to host really, really great tournaments. 2006 World Cup was fantastic and outstanding from a fan environment. Will Germany be a great competitor to win and a contender to win? After the 2 appearances in the international break in March, I believe yes. And Julian Nagelsmann has sort of really broken through and broken into the player's mind, and that's exactly what I described on Nigeria. In today's football, individual talent is great, but you don't win any titles because then with individual talent, the Netherlands would have won everything for the past 20 years. But you need a strong, talented team, a combined team to win championships. And that's what Germany now seems to be coming. There is obviously an international break coming up in June to prepare it, but there is huge hope again, and obviously there is huge anticipation for Germany to be a competitor and a contender of winning the title.
Mario, you see more Nigerian players in Europe than I do. Okay, I'm forced to either watch replays or read from papers. Finidi George, let's circle back to Finidi George now. Finidi George have a chance to fix one department of the team that is terrible, and it's a department where he played in, the midfield of the Super Eagles. When you look at the players of Nigeria that are scattered all across Europe, do you have maybe 2 or 3 midfielders that have not played for the national team that Finidi George can invite and say, okay, these guys, give them a chance, probably the buckle up the straps that are loosened and give it a tight mix to make the Super Eagles competitive again? I think that with Nwambali, we have a good goalkeeper. I don't think that the defense is that bad. I think we also have a good mix of attack with Tatawa Awoniyi, Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Seri Desas, Tere Murphy, Ademola Lookman, and the rest of the guys. But I just think that at the middle, and in the words of the great Chinua Achebe, says things are falling apart and the center cannot hold. I think it's in the middle where we really have a problem. Do you have suggestions for Finidi George?
I mean, from a European perspective, I don't, because they all have been called up. But I'm sure within the NPFL, within the leading teams in the NPFL, there is 1 or 2 players in the defensive midfield, in the holding 6, who sort of is able to hold the game and manage the game. And that's what Nigeria really needs. The heart of the game is in the midfield. And then when you transition to that, if you look really, Adafi, if you look into your overall evolution of football, the holding 6 or the midfield becomes the best coaches. Xavi, head coach of FC Barcelona, a midfielder. Pep Guardiola, a holding midfielder. Xavi Alonso, a holding midfielder. Because you need to read the game. You cannot just run and look forward. You need a smart guy who can read the game, who has got the game ahead of it and knows that the back line behind him is fully committed and fully capable of holding, so he can really concentrate of being the director of the play, the quarterback of the football team. That's what we need, and that's what we need to identify. And maybe we have that talent, but it's not yet in the playing style. And I always Victor Pesero, Hugo Pesero, the former leader, he never ever to control the game. He was not a developing the players as I wished, and that's why I hope Finidi George identifies his core strategy, his game plan, and the holding 6 in the central midfielder is something you develop. And I think Ndidi could possibly do it. I also rate Simon a more central player, and not just like a running fielder. We need somebody who can read the game and then get the players the runways and have the game plan and the match plan so gratefully mixed that the offensive players can shine. Because sometimes when we talked about the games with Rwanda or so in the qualifiers, because when you are playing around the opponent's box, you take away the speed of the offense. And Victor Boniface needs speed. Victor Osimhen needs speed. Tella needs speed. Every striker, every offensive player of the Super Eagles needs space and needs speed. And when you're just holding around possession game around the opponent's box, there is no space and no speed. So we need creativity in the midfield. And to be honest, I think Victor Boniface could actually be pushed back because he can read the game as well. And sometimes when you look into the way Xabi Alonso plays, that Victor Boniface needs to fall down into the midfield role, to give space for the other players, and he does quite well in that. So maybe it's something we develop, and Finidi George is able to develop this talent with his match plan, which he executes.
All right, thank you very much, Mario. I've kept you for 30 minutes. I said 15 minutes, but I'm sorry. I mean, the Nigerian in me, the Oliver Twist in me was always asking for more. Thank you so much. We'll be needing you to make me a promise that during the Euros, you will be our man to give us a day-to-day update as it happens in Germany if I'm not able to make it to Europe. But thank you very much for your time on the show today.
I would be very delighted to do so. Thank you so much for having me, and I wish everybody a safe and healthy and comfortable day.
All right, and have a safe ride to where you're going to. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that is Mario Leo, CEO Resort Sports, one of my best person to go to when it comes to German football. As a German and European football expert, as expert at building a statistics system. I've known him for quite a while now, and he's very good at what he does. Why are we not having comments today in the comment box? I don't understand. Is there a law that says once there's an interview, no comment? I was expecting you guys to throw up some questions that would help to juicy up the show. There's 30 people, 12 likes. I mean, I don't understand. And then there's 0 comments. What's happening today? I don't know. But let's continue on the show. And there's a whole lot to talk about. There's transfer rumor. Mario touched on something. And I saw it in one of the games. I don't know where Victor Boniface was dropping deep and letting the strikers go forward. I mean, I see that with Bayern Leverkusen because of Victor Boniface. We had to watch Bayern Leverkusen, and I like to never see that attitude anyway. Their approach to the game way different from we normally experience in football. But that said, it's a good one. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that conversation with Mario. Having said that, let's push the conversation, continue. It was disaster for Manchester United. 13th defeat this season already. Come on. David Moyes, as bad as he was, had 7 defeats in his entire league season, but they said it wasn't good enough. 13 defeat. Manchester United. Oh, God of heaven. Crystal Palace scored 1, 2, 3, 4 goals against Manchester United. Crystal Palace. FC Taraba of the Premier League. In England. We're not talking Chelsea or Liverpool or Man City. Like others ones can give them 6. Or Arsenal, we can understand. But Crystal Palace scored 4 goals unreplied against them. Oh, God. Man United fans keep saying that Bruno Fernandes is not good. Without Bruno Fernandes, we might shop 4. Well, some people say we think they've shop 6 or 7 or 5 before, so it's not a big deal. But Crystal Palace, hey God, that is, has he gotten that bad? But well, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. Let me, keep you updated with some things. Now, I like the way ex-players are bantering each other. Piers Morgan versus Rio Ferdinand, Gabriel Bonlaho versus Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville and the rest of them. It's just kind of sweet when I see it. But then when I see now, fans on TalkSports this morning were all, daggers drawn. Man United must sack Erik ten Hag and put best coach ever, Steve McLaren, in caretaker charge. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Did I hear that right? Like, I don't understand. Steve McLaren, where is that guy? Is this still coaching? In caretaker charge, Post and Michael Owen suggests as a claimed Dutchman has frozen is number 2 out. Okay, McLaren is in number 2. I don't forget what God of heaven. That's how bad things have been. Gabriel Agola got Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand over Man United failures as former centre back. Past comments come back to haunt him. Oh my God. Jamie Carragher, that one, I was watching him. He was so passionate. He was talking about Casemiro. For me, it's like, you are a Liverpool guy. Why are you so passionate? Why do you want to cry? You should be happy that Manchester United are suffering. Why are you acting, pretending? Why are you crying more than the bereaved? I don't understand. But Jimmy Carragher tells Casemiro to call it a day and urges Man United to play him off because football has left him. That's what he said. He said, when he was retiring, there was something that he was told that that he should leave the game, leave football before football leaves him, and now football has left him. The Saints, ever since I was born, I was going to church and I learned that they said that the Bible said that I will visit the sins of the father to the first, second, third, and fourth generation. I've always said that thing is a lie, that it doesn't work, because Europe that enslaved us in Africa, that caused all the problem, nobody's visiting the sins of the father on them. But the sins of Silas Vegas in match fixing, robbing everybody of their title, using referee to do ruku, so it's coming back to haunt them. My United fan can argue, can get angry. Now, like my fan face like monkey will look like it's not really concerning, because I will stand my ground on that. Those 13 titles, 9 were match fixing. I know you can't convince me on anything. 9 were match fixing, and who suffered the most in all of those match fixing? It was Arsenal. Titles that were supposed to just win gingerly and enjoy our life, we were fixing match behind the scene, and it looked like, oh, perfect time. Manchester United, the greatest, are coming back. Come back here, and come and play Crystal Palace. O-level Crystal Palace that does not know their left from their right, beating Man United 4-0. Jesus Christ, I can't even believe it. For me, if I'm feeling this bad, I'm wondering what's. They tried to change the topic. They tried to confuse us. They went to go and do an interview with Ashley Young, where he was talking about, because they saw John Terry talked about how the team was crying when Jose Mourinho left. They wanted to use that one to distract us for where Crystal Palace, the earthquake of Crystal Palace was too strong. It couldn't stop anybody. But let's look at some of the transfer gist and transfer rumor and see. Let's not forget to how Drogba failed his test. They've come out. Revealed US-based well-being company co-founded by high-profile health guru are at the center of Pogba's failed drug test, which threatens to end his career. The story is there on Daily Mail. You can go and read it. I don't have to read it for you. England forward Jadon Sancho, 24, does not want to return to the Devil's House, Manchester United, at the end of his loan spell at Borussia Dortmund. Uruguay forward Darwin Nunes, 24, has fueled speculation of a summer exit from Liverpool by deleting all images of him at Anfield from his Instagram page. Why do people do that? Any small thing that's similar, they call a coconut, and so you go delete everything. This one again, I've done that. So many people do that thing. Me and you quarrel. Sometimes I'll post my picture at Brilla. People's like, why are you missing? I'm not missing. It was I worked 13 years there. I put in effort. I earned the right to own those pictures. I'm not deleting nothing. All those deleting. I say, well, everybody have the right to do whatever they want to do, but I think it's childish. Come on. Inter Milan are willing to listen to offer for Netherlands defender Denzel Dumfries, who is 28 years of age, who is keen to join Manchester. You want to go to the house of the devil? You want to go suffer? What is wrong with you? You just won the league title at Inter. You want to go to a place where they have considered how many goals now? Almost 80 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Chelsea have stepped up their interest in Shakhtar Donetsk. When they go there again, that's why you people went to go and overtake Arsenal to buy. You could hear Modric, you could say Luka Modric. Now go buy one year player. The one about another one again. Chelsea are the people sponsoring this war in Ukraine. Okay, Shakhtar Donetsk is a 5 million rated Ukraine midfielder Gogrev Sudakov, 21. Okay, let them sign him so that they will not recruit him to the war. Who is also being monitored by Arsenal. Arsenal not monitor anybody from Ukraine again. I mean, it's Zinchenko who will buy away, turn to something else. It's enough. Manchester City and Liverpool as well. Chelsea also want to sign Napoli's Nigerian forward Victor Osimhen, 25, who has a release clause of more than £100 million in his contract. Okay. Hey, wahala. Well, we shall see at the end of the day. Roma want to sign Romelu Lukaku 30 on a permanent deal this summer, and Chelsea are willing to sell the Belgian striker, who is also attracting interest of Saudi Arabia, for £38 million at the age of 30. Well, that's not much again in current transfer market value. Romelu Lukaku, the big elephant in the room, has scored all his career goals. I don't know why Roma think that that's a player they should spend their money on. Only for young players that will run and score goals. Atletico Madrid and Slovenia goalkeeper Jan Oblak, 31, is another player who is on Chelsea's radar this summer, with the Spanish club keen to raise funds for a squad rebuild. Okay, Newcastle are set to rekindle their interest in France under 21 winger Michael Olise, 22, who is valued at £60 million by Crystal Palace. That's not big money. You can't get him. But why would he leave Crystal Palace and go to Newcastle? This boy, does he not have an ambition to win title? Can he not be attracted to clubs like Man City? No, he shouldn't come to us now. Or some other places where he can really go and win title. Or another league. He's a French boy, right? He claimed to a French boy. Go to French league now. Now play for Paris Saint-Germain. We should be Newcastle. Newcastle that will not win title in the next 10, 20 years. Okay, West Ham and Tottenham are the front runners to sign Brentford and England striker Ivan Toney. Arsenal not interested. I said this thing before that Arsenal will not sign him. 28. Because of that, his comment about Arsenal, for as long as Arteta is there, Spanish people, they don't forgive. They will not sign him. They thought I was joking. This summer, with both teams planning to offer about 50 million pounds. Swinging forward, Victor Gyökeres, 25, has refused to commit his future to Sporting Lisbon. I mean, interest from Arsenal. I'm not sure Arsenal will sign that one as well because the price is much. They need him, but they will not sign him because the price is much. And Slot, who is expected to replace Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager, could return to Feyenoord to sign. I did I not say it 2 days ago? To sign, is it 2 days or no? Last week. To sign Netherlands midfielder Matt Welfer, 24, and Netherlands defender Lucierel Gertrudia. Okay, these players are not the type of players that you'll be seeing at Liverpool. I tell you that the sliding down is about to begin on Arteta the joke. Sevilla are among a number of clubs monitoring Leicester City manager Enzo Maresca after the 44-year-old led the Foxes back to the Premier League. They just came back now. Leave them to settle in. Manchester United are trying to find a buyer for 32-year-old Brazilian midfielder Casemiro this summer in an attempt to cut their wage bill. There's nobody that's buying him unless you offer him to Saudi Arabia. Well, let's talk about Arne Slot. I need to go back and circle on that one. Now is looking to sign players from the Netherlands. It's okay. Well, Finidi George, when you get the job and you look to sign to invite players from Eimba, may it not be a problem, because when people do it abroad, it is okay. But when we do it over here, sometimes we have people who are opinionated. Well, whatever it is, we're having fun. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happening with the comment section. Something must be wrong. I mean, I have to believe that something is wrong with the comment section. But the funny thing is, I tried to put a comment. The comment is working. So why is it not? Why is it not working on the from other people? I've never had a show where people are unable to comment before, so I'm kind of like a bit surprised that comments are not coming in. But then there's nothing we can do. If comments are not coming in, then we'll have to pack our bags and bury this and back to show. But I think that we've had the good fun. That's why we have not a lot of people still viewing, so it means that the viewing is going on well. What happened with the comments side of it, I don't know, but I wish anybody could tell me on maybe WhatsApp. If you have my WhatsApp number, tell me why you cannot comment if you are trying to comment and your comments are not coming in. Just let me know. Well, having said that, there is also the big talk that some people in the camp of Victor Osimhen are saying that Didier Drogba did a great job at the African Cup of Nations. Remember, Didier Drogba was, following like fly with sheet. Everywhere he goes was just, hovering around him. It was distracting him. Didier Drogba is also responsible for Victor Osimhen not scoring goals. If now we journalists do those things with Didier Drogba, they do not. I go say now we distract him. So let's also put Didier Drogba on the blast. He's the one who distracted him from scoring goals. Was telling him about Chelsea, toasting him. You have to go to Chelsea. Forget Paris Saint-Germain. Forget. I played in first league for Olympic myself. Go to Chelsea. You'll be a legend. You'll be great. You will break my record. You have done what you have done great things in Italy. Go to Chelsea, and you would now. So we're hearing rumors that the camp of Osimhen is saying to him, you know what? Why not just go to Chelsea? Yes, you're not going to maybe play Champions League next season, but you can be part of the people that lift them back up into the top four. Remember, Liverpool are going to fall off the perch. Spurs are just pretenders. They never get well into that position. Manchester United, the way they are doing now, they might get another. They are just beginning another 10 years of suffering. They don't have anything. Their suffering is not temporary, but it's long suffering. So it's going to continue for a very long time. Why not sign for Chelsea? So some of his people are saying sign for Chelsea. Again, I heard a rumor. Brady told me that some of his entourage have been promised certain amount of money by the Chelsea people, legally, not illegal. Now that if you can convince him to sign for us, we will give you this cherry. Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, are not interested in cutting corners with anybody. They have enough money that they are spending. They have Colomboani, they have Ramos, they have a lot of strikers. The kind of striker that they are looking to sign is a player that can play wide. There is this interest in Rafael Leao if AC Milan is willing to sell. So their option is if Rafael Leao is available in the market and Victor Osimhen is available in the market, they will go with Rafael Leao. So now we're hearing that Chelsea might be the next destination of Victor Osimhen. I can't get you guys to share your opinion on this. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I don't. I can't tell you. Like, I don't know what's going on, what's happening. But there are plenty of comments there to read. Maybe you should. If I refresh this, really. If I refresh this thing now, this social will go to will off. Let me take the risk. Let me take the risk. Come on, but on this